Whoa, hang on, TJ. Man, that thing turned so hard it should have had a blinker on. 6.659 or 6.599 for Matt Hartford. And he's going to go to number one.
Yeah, this is awesome for our entire team. You know, we've been working on this since 2006, so it's been a long time coming. You know, some of these people come out here and within, you know, first 2, 3, 4 races they get a number one, and we just always watch, go, wow, someday we'll get it. But you know, it's just hats off to having a great team around me, having a great race car. Jerry Haas builds a fantastic car. KB Titan's building great power right now, and our team's really gelled, and we just keep our heads down and focused on one run at a time.
So is the same thing that I asked Dallas, because you guys are in pretty much the same boat. Will anybody really realize how hard it is to qualify number one out here?
Some people have made it look pretty easy. You know, sometimes you can, like I said, there's been people that come out and immediately they can be a number one qualifier. It is extremely hard to qualify, let alone qualify in the top half and then qualify number one. And I think we've proven that. There was a time, we talked about it at dinner last night. There was a time when, you know, we were 16th and just overjoyed. It was like, oh my God, we're in. And last night, we're all sitting at dinner with our heads down going, man, we're number two, and we know we could have went to number one, and we just missed it. So it's just a different mindset, I guess, as you progress up through the sport. And our team has had, you know, we've came from the bottom, and we've worked our way up. Not that we're on the top by any means, but we have a fast car right now. And like I said, it's one run at a time, and our whole goal is to turn this yellow hat into a blue hat and then turn them into a white hat.
We are joined here in the Media Center by Top Fuel number one qualifier, Brittany Force, here at the 4 Wide Nationals here in Las Vegas. Brittany's run of 369 from Friday held up, giving her second number one this season, 44th in her career. Obviously, a good run earlier today, Brittany, and then looks like you guys were trying something there to close out the day. But all in all, I'm sure you feel confident heading into tomorrow, knowing your success here.
Yeah, our Monster Energy team's very happy. We had 3 good runs down the racetrack. The one yesterday, you know, got us into the top spot, and we stayed there. It's really hard to watch this in the background and talk to you. Anyways, overall, good weekend, good start to our weekend. You know, the hard work starts tomorrow. So we're looking for a win. We were successful here last year, won both of them, and we won our first win of the season, and we'd love to do it here.
Absolutely. Phil?
Any talk before the run, Grubnick telling you what he was trying to do in that last pass?
Oh yeah, we all know what's going on. We planned, you know, coming into that run, we knew it was going to be risky. It was either going to go or it wasn't. But we were safe enough in the show with that 69 run yesterday that we kind of wanted to use today to test. So if anybody was in our pits during warm up, we tried to warm up the thing 10 times, and pulled the engine out, put the one we had in it yesterday back in, and then gave it a shot on this last run. So it didn't quite go down there. So we'll reevaluate before going in tomorrow. But again, that was the plan. We still are testing some things. We're still probably going to be, if we're good qualified in the show and we have the opportunity to, we'll probably do it, you know, in the future.
All right, we are joined here in the Media Center by funny car number one qualifier, Cruz Pedregon. Cruz stays on top with his run of 3.910 from Friday. Gives Cruz his second straight number one qualifier of the season, 64th in his career. Obviously, had to wait a little bit for that last run. Nice run to kind of close out the day. Does that kind of give you guys, you know, momentum, confidence heading into tomorrow?
It does, and honestly, I thought this low ET was wrapped, and I hate to say it because I don't want to sound like we're counting our chickens, but I felt, given that temperature of the track and the conditions that I didn't think it was in the cards for anyone to run. They would have to run like a 90 flat because we went 91.0. So man, I thought that would be pretty lofty goal to try to run that out in the middle of the day here when it was pushing 80 and 120 some track conditions. So yeah, I just was wanting to get it over with really and just try to, you know, focus on tomorrow. So yeah, I was a little bit nerve wracking there, but you know, things happen on these tracks, oil and, you know, just I don't even know what happened out there, but it was a long cleanup, but it all worked out, and we stayed number one, and grateful for that. Proud of the team. Snap-on team did a great job and made the right calls. We only misfired on one run, which is if you can get a nitro car to make 4 or 3 out of 4 on qualifying and be grouped together like we were, that's a really good day, or good weekend. So far so good.
Ron down there, was Jason going in the box and doing anything?
Oh yeah, they were contemplating, especially when they said they were going to prep the track again. They thought about it, but I don't know exactly what the details of that were. But I think really cooler heads prevailed, and they thought, it's still warm out there. The temperature is king, right? Temperature, you can prep all day, but temperature is the boss. So you get the track 120, and it just loosens things up, and it's. Believe me, I looked at the pairing, and I thought, man, there's the best of the best, and I'm just glad to be a part of that group. I mean, when you talk Robert, Hagen and Caps, I mean, those are the guys you got to beat, and for us to be in that group is really cool for me as an owner, and obviously as a driver, go up against those guys. So yeah, so here we are.
Cylinder out over there in lane number 1. I mean, the step. Kapow over there in lane number 3. 369 for Brittany Force, and she goes to the top. How about 335 miles an hour, huh, Vegas?
I do. It feels good to get back on track, and currently number 1, to run like that, such a big improvement from Q1. Going from a 74 to a 69 is huge for this team. And, when I crossed the finish line, it felt like a killer run, got on the radio, and the guys, clear as day, I could actually hear him for once, said 69. And so we all congratulated each other on the run. That's very exciting to do that. And the great thing is we get 2 more before we're going into race day tomorrow.
All 4 across the top are lit. Now we're ready. Parachute out in lane number 4, a little pop in lane number 3. Looks like we rolled the dice down there on the Pennzoil side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, a 399 comes up for Alex Laughlin. Cruz Pedregon goes 391 at 326. That's low ET top speed.
Yeah, the track was really good, even with not a lot of cars running on it. And but really for us, it's been trying to back the car down. We showed up. We had 1 extra month to bask in our glory from winning, dominating Pomona, and I think that we just thought we were pretty cool, And so we opened up the show in Gainesville, just smoking the tires. Car was an animal to drive. We go to Phoenix, same thing. It's trying to run low ET every run, and it's just all over the place. And Pomona, we started to get it figured out, and we went low there, but it's really just a matter of backing it down a little bit and try to go down the track and just really smart. So many of these cars that win these races, they're just kind of hovering around qualifying. So we know that. It's nice to have a low ET, but we're looking for that consistency.
Dallas Lynn tearing up the early part of the race course. 662. Wow. Man, that car's rad. Get it? 662 at 206 miles an hour. 665 for Hartford. 64 for Greg Anderson.
It's tough to win a race out here, absolutely. But do you think people kind of underestimate how tough it is to qualify number 1?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like going up these races, there's 6 to 10 cars that are all capable of going number 1 if they just lay down a good run. And it's basically you just, like in Vegas, you take 2 dice together and you roll them and see if you manage to put the best one down in the right time. I could go up, I could be, at the end of the day tomorrow, I could end up being number 9 right now and only be 100th behind. So it's just absolutely crazy how tight it is right now.